Hi guys, I'm outside today because it's a nice day. The humidity is not too terrible, but I thought I would swatch these out. The lighting's much better out here. That's a big reason why I'm outside. And I also got, I'm not normally a swatch channel, okay? I'm not like the swatch girly, all right? But I have all of these as well. The Sharpie marker pens. Posca, you have competition. Let's put it that way. These, oh my gosh, my favorite new toy. The solid paint markers. I'm really obsessed with them. Also, these Avant pet hair dye markers, which are basically the tempera paint markers. So, or paint sticks. They were pretty cheap. I think it was like $9 for this set, so not so bad. And if you want, you can dress your pets up later on, I guess. I don't have any pets with light colored fur. Well, wait, Luna has a little white bib, so. But I think I'll just leave her alone. Oh, and she has white socks, so. But we'll just leave her be. I don't want to torture my cats. Okay, so, yeah, and I will, the blue jays are squawking so much right now. And I laid out a bunch of like peanuts on the rail because I'm like, maybe they'll just come eat and be quiet. But they're having a moment. So, yeah. Still, okay, rude. While I'm swatching these, I might talk a little bit about the materials while I'm swatching. But I thought this might be a good way that I can swatch things out. You can see how things look. Don't you dare start raining. I just got everything out here. Okay, so real quick, what I was gonna say is that I was gonna swatch and I was gonna play a voiceover of me reading. What is going on today? Of me reading my latest Substack newsletter, which is all about art friends and why they are an integral, I'm just waiting for a downpour, part of my art practice and why I think everybody needs art friends. So it was a long Substack newsletter, so I had read it and recorded it so that people didn't have to like read the whole thing with their poor, tired artist eyeballs. So, yeah, I'll probably play that during part of this. All right, well, it's not looking very promising. So, see all that red? That usually means thunderstorm. So, damn it. Ah, how long do I have? Do I have enough time? So 1, 2, oh yeah, it looks like it's about to, but it's not even that dark. I feel like maybe I can do it, but I don't want to get stuck. Oh, okay. It's just not gonna work. All right, we're going inside. I guess we'll go inside for crying out loud. Okay, so that plan went to absolute shite in like 2.5 seconds. We're indoors, where nature wants us. So, we've been forced indoors. Okay, anyway, we're just gonna get started, all right? I think we are gonna start with this, which I feel is a very suspicious package of oil pastels. It's Paul Rubens. I looked at so many different sets. I really hemmed and hawed about which one to get. And by the way, I want to say a very big thank you to my patrons because the last 3 months of donations that have, the pledges you've made actually went to getting these, the 2 pads of paper, the oil pastels, and you know what, I'm definitely going over budget saying these, not the Sharpie markers, but I'd say these. I think this altogether may have been, so it was May, June, yeah. So all the pledges went towards this stuff. So a big thank you to my beautiful, lovely patrons that are so generous and lovely. And anyone who's buying things from my shop, my website, or my Etsy, I mean, you're a huge help too. But I'm laughing because, can we take a look? This is suspicious because when it arrived, and it's got like a Paul Rubens thing on it, logo, I guess. We have a lot of Chinese characters. It's like, okay, this is why I'm getting suspicious, especially when it says things like Paul Rubens oil pastels. Let more people like Chinese colors. Let Chinese colors be great again by more people. What is? It's a little lost in translation there, I feel. I feel it is. Sorry for constantly adjusting you here. Yeah, but I opened it up already. I couldn't resist. I like took a couple colors. I started like playing with them and smearing them around the lid, and I'm like, no, stop. And then I actually did do a little bit of just a messy test. Where is it? Where's that page? Here, I had gone over, because I was testing out the paper. I mean, it was like I just got it, wanted to see how it was working. Just covered with the black Sharpie paint marker pen, and did a little bit of oil pastel on top, and the rest of it was just the Sharpie paint markers. This is same thing, Sharpie paint markers and the oil pastel. I did spray a fixative on it. It still smells super strongly to me, but I was thinking it's just gonna be a kind of a smeary mess as it sits there, so yeah. So I did have a little bit of a play with them because I couldn't resist. They were sitting there for a couple weeks because I kept menting? No. I kept meaning, because I was trying to say meant to. I kept menting. I was meaning to film a video a long time ago, so maybe I should turn this way because I can tell. Are we ready for the big, beautiful reveal? Here we go. Okay, so as I swatch these, I'm gonna put on the voiceover. I think it should cover this whole time slot here. Quick question for the people who are used to using oil pastels. Are the wrappers supposed to have kind of a oil condensation on them? Is that normal? Or is that because these are fake Paul Rubens or something? I'm asking because I have no experience with like real oil pastels. So I don't know, can you see the oil on there? Yeah. I don't know if that's normal, so please let me know. Please do let me know. All right, here we go. And I'm sure VoiceOver Debbie is about to pop in. Hello, Substack readers and subscribers. It's me, Deb Tercio. I'm gonna do you a solid. I wrote kind of a long newsletter, and I thought, just in case you look at this and you think, TLDR, honey, I hear you. Fair enough. So I figured I would go ahead and read it for you in case it's just easier for you to listen along while you do something. And all the links to every either video, newsletter, YouTuber, whatever I mention here will be linked within the newsletter. So you may want to go back and click on all the little links. This is how I went from having no art friends to creating a fun art community. Let's just say that drawing with friends is like all the rage, you guys. In my everyday life, I have no art friends, none. But online, I have so many. Let's take a moment to thank Al Gore for inventing the internet so that I could make friends with like-minded interests. Yay! And then let's thank him again because you can do it too. But first, let me tell you a tale of my oh-so-lonely days so you can feel sorry for past Deb. So grab a tissue or something. I remember when I first connected with Melissa Martin of Art Hang Party, and you should go subscribe to her newsletter and definitely come to a live stream or a replay on her YouTube channel. Memory can be tricky, but I'm 100% certain we met through Sophie McPike's Patreon Discord server. I'm pretty sure that I found her in the self-promo channel where I found a lot of wonderful YouTube art channels and promoted my own videos. Now I could be wrong, but I believe the first video I ever watched of hers was one called The Importance of Art Friends, where she gave a sketchbook tour while talking about how making art friends had become this wonderful part of her creative practice, and she encouraged her viewers to get out there and do it too. Most of her art friendships were organically made by connecting through Sophie's Discord server. She even had a couple of them contribute a short voiceover for the video talking about why art friends are so important to them. It was such a lovely video, and it really moved me. I remember after watching, I felt inspired and so jealous all at once because I wanted that. I wanted art friends to draw with and chat about art supplies, to gain insights, ask opinions, learn some tricks of the trade, and have a supportive, encouraging gang of creative folks around me so I could lighten up about it and about what I was making, to laugh about major fails and flops, and to giggle about walking around the grocery store with a paint blob on my face and in my hair, only to find out later when I rushed back home to pee and caught my sloppy reflection in the mirror. But I had nobody. Woe was me. But I had an in. I was a part of that very Discord server that Melissa was making these artsy creative friends on. Sophie's Discord was like a gold mine of kind-hearted sketch enthusiasts, and it still is. It's still a great place. I can honestly say I've belonged to a few other artists' Patreon Discords, and it was not like that at all. It was more of a fangirl crowd and not a community. There's a big difference. Sophie attracts patrons who seem to have hearts of gold, humble and kind, and want to create things and have fun. It's not surprising that's who was there because they seemed a lot like Sophie, and like attracts like. But Discord was not exactly a place I was super comfortable on. It's kinda clunky, feels like an AOL chat room from 1997, and there's nothing very pretty about it. Aesthetics, man, I need them. But I digress. Melissa had mentioned that most of these art friends all got together once a week and sketched live in the voice channel, which is kind of like a FaceTime hangout or Zoom, but on Discord. I asked when the Discord art hangs were and where to click to join in on one and in Sophie's server and get all the info. Step 1 achieved. But then step 2 was so simple, show up to one. But there were 2 things that stood in my way. I wasn't positive totally how to join, and if it meant I had to be seen and heard, like on camera. Like, can I just be a fly on the wall? I do not wish to be perceived. I'm kind of an introvert, and this all made me squirm a little bit. The other thing was that they were always happening at night, and I was usually so done and tired from the day of work and being a busy parent that the energy needed to show up and chit-chat with new people and sketch felt like a lot. My social battery is pretty low at night anyway. It didn't help that I kept forgetting that Australia lives in the future, and when someone says, hey, let's do an art hang Wednesday morning, it really means Tuesday night, my time. So then once or twice, I did have just enough energy. I remembered the right day and time, and I had just enough courage to join one. But my finger hovered over the join button, and I plumb chickened out. And guess what? A few months later, Sophie's Discord stopped doing them. It was probably just too hard to schedule everybody, or maybe because her Discord became kind of big as her popularity skyrocketed that it'd be way too many people talking at once in the art hang. Whatever the reasons, the art hangs are just now a thing of the past. And I am still very mad at myself for never just tapping the join button and taking a chance to draw along with friends and connect back in 2022 when I had so many opportunities to do so. I knew that if I had, it would have been a fun experience. No, I didn't know these people, but I could have gotten to know them and make art together. This was a chance to get that connection I so deeply craved. I lost that chance, and I have no one to blame but me. But I'm happy to say that it was the right kick in the pants that this guy needed to stop letting those shy girl fears cost me future fun. When Melissa started the Art Hang Party live stream on her YouTube channel a little while later, it was like a second chance. When I found out about it, I would try and attend the lives whenever I could. And if I missed it, all was not lost. She recorded it so it could be replayed later. It was a fast-paced, challenging, fun way to practice your drawing skills and have friendly conversation in the live stream chat. She was taking what they started as a small group on a private Discord server and building a community on YouTube. And it was awesome. And it still is. The first time I remember joining a live stream, we were drawing fish. I only made it to part of the art hang and felt totally out of my comfort zone. It was nighttime, I was not that energetic, but I had to work fast and loose to keep up with these 2 and 3 minute sketches. I was completely shocked that I was able to do it. The next week was April 20th of 2023, which will be a significant date later on, and not just for stoners, okay? The theme was figure drawing. Again, panic and sweat ensued, but so did the laughs and fun conversation. To my surprise, my figures weren't too shabby either, and looking at my sketchbook earlier, I'm still kind of like impressed. I'm like, whoa, I did that. The next time I made it to a live stream, the theme was birds and fish. It was chosen after Melissa watched one of my videos where I had talked about how I got into drawing more fish lately because, and I quote, "Fish are the birds of the sea," and vice versa, in that birds are the fish of the air. Like, my insights are so deep, right? More recently, Sophie started up a live stream called the Scribble Brigade, based on all the old Discord art hang principles, and it's run pretty much exactly like Art Hang Party. Fun, timed sketches with a theme, chatting and sharing your work if you want. It's been so lovely now to have 2 of these live art hangs every week. And yes, now I attend whenever I can. But that isn't the end of the story. Out of the missed opportunity that left me sulking and annoyed with the decisions of my past self came a nudge. It kept poking at me, kind of like my cat Ralph when I'm still working at my desk and he's ready for dinner. The nudge kept at me that I needed to do something like this. I needed to offer some way to draw with friends. Of course, I spent a lot of time telling that nudge to go mind its business. I don't even know how to start. But that nudge refused to stop. Sometime last year, I had started collecting these weird photos on Pinterest and making a secret board simply titled Weird Stuff. I promise this will have a point. The pictures were of people in wacky costumes, insane-looking vintage toys, and hilariously outdated advertisements, etc. I'd use them as a fun, out-of-the-box reference photo to sketch from instead of drawing the same old animals and people and landscapes for practice. They made me laugh, and they got me out of my head. I'd show the drawings to my family, and we'd crack up at the sketches, and then they'd laugh even harder when I showed them the reference photos because, oh my god, these things were real. This was not born from just my wild imagination. A few months ago, I realized that maybe I shouldn't keep all this fun to myself. I have a YouTube channel, I draw things on there, I try to make it a fun space. Maybe my viewers would like it? But I admit I was scared out of my mind to try it out. I had this 2-camera setup, and I wasn't 100% sure how to piece it all together in editing, but that's why Google and YouTube are my everything whenever I have an issue. You can find all the answers there. And I'd have to draw and talk at the same time, which is something I've never been too successful at. But if it didn't work, I figured I'd just keep going and have some background music playing to fill the silence. But these things I was drawing and using for references were not the norm. They were not breathtaking landscapes, not photos of models in different poses for figure drawing. Yeah, no, this was just me drawing some weird things that I found on Pinterest. Would anyone out there get it? Would it be entertaining? Would anyone actually want to draw these things in their sketchbook with me? It felt like a big risk with major flop potential. I didn't see any other artists doing something like it anywhere, and that was probably for a good reason, right? It could be bad, it could be embarrassing, but hey, what did I have to lose? Viewers, respect, my dignity? Sure, yep, all of that. But I decided to just lean in hard to the whole weird thing. I made an intro with the wackiest music I could find on Epidemic Sound. I lined up a few crazy photos to land on the beats, and I prayed my viewers would still love and accept the freak that I am. And here's how the first round went. And I have a link to the first video, which, looking back at now, seems like so long ago, and it was a lot of fun. It went better than I thought. I was able to chit-chat while drawing, stitch together the sound and dual video clips without too much issue. And when I uploaded to YouTube, it was well received. So much so that one viewer requested that I do this as a live stream. Melissa piped in the comments and said she was gonna make that happen and gave me that extra nudge to take things to the next level. The live scary one where anything could happen or go wrong. Egads. And on April 20th, 2024, a year after I had started doing Art Hang Party live streams or attending them and drawing with them, Melissa and I co-hosted our very first live stream session together. It was a live drawing session on Google Meets, and we drew some very weird things with friends old and new, and it was amazing, fun, full of giggles. And if she hadn't given me that gentle, encouraging push, I know I would have waited too long to do it. It was such a blast and so worth it. The nervousness and scariness and all, totally worth it. Since I uploaded that first video, I now have a playlist of Draw Weird Things with Me videos on my channel. People enjoyed it enough that it gave me the courage to reopen my old Patreon page and create what I like to call the Weirdo Drawing Club. I upload an exclusive hour-long video every month, and we draw about 8 to 10 really weird things. And so far, 10 people have joined the club. And there's a bunch of free members too that I like to call my moral support squad. And they also got some free stuff and free previews to the exclusive content. And if that's something that interests you, just as a side note, I'd highly encourage opting for the 7-day free trial. It's free, number one. And you get access to literally everything on that Patreon page. And if you're not feeling it or you aren't in a position to pay $5, you can totally cancel it before the week is up. And trust that there's no side-eyeing, no hard feelings for me, totally not. I have it there for a reason, so people can check things out. Okay, this is not a newsletter to sell you my Patreon, but I'm just letting you know about it. These days, I have the pleasure of chatting with my very own art friends on my very own private Discord server and in other places. We giggle, we share funny memes, we gab about art supplies and share our artwork. And you know what else? About once a week, we draw together, live and face-to-face across state lines and international borders. I'm not kidding. I'm literally sitting here right now getting chills everywhere because I just thinking about how it all came to be is so wild. It feels crazy. And I feel so lucky to have this fun, cozy art community to hang out with. And it all happened because I missed out on a very special one 2 years before. You know the old saying, when one artist's Discord server's live hang closes, another one opens. And that was very difficult to say, but much easier to write. So just, you're welcome. And then because that wasn't enough, you go and you make your own damn live art hangs in your own Discord. And a little update, since I began to draft up this newsletter, I have scheduled my first live stream for Thursday, July 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel. Am I excited? Hell yeah. Am I scared out of my shorts? You betcha. Could there be hiccups? Probably, most likely. I'm new at the whole thing, and no amount of practice test runs that I've done will prevent all the mistakes. I did a whole bunch of practice test runs. It's like an embarrassing amount. But I feel good enough to give it a go. And all because I knew that there might be a few friendly faces watching and drawing along. So if you want to attend that live stream, I feel so scared asking, but if you want to, you can click on the link that's in the newsletter. It's underlined and says, come hang out with me. And if you're a little too late to this, don't worry, there's gonna be a replay on the YouTube channel. So just go to Debbie Draws Funny on YouTube and you'll find it there. And we'll see how it went. Time will tell. Fingers crossed it goes well. So how do I make art friends of my own, you ask? I know the way I've told this story sounds a little bit like a fairy tale, and it kind of feels like one some days too. I'm not mad about it. But if you're sitting there reading this or listening and thinking, well, Deb, that's great for you, but I don't have an art community. I don't even know where to start building one of my own. I don't want to have to make videos and start my own Discord or do a live stream. That's way too much work just to make a few art friends. No worries, my dude. You don't have to go through all that trouble. This was just the path that I took, because that's just the way that I am. And good news, there's already pre-built art communities full of your future art friends just waiting for you. I have one, and you're welcome to check it out, whether it's through my YouTube channel, or if you want to join the Weirdo Drawing Club, even join as a free member in the Patreon. And then there's also Melissa's Art Hang Party. That's on her YouTube channel. Sophia McPike has the Scribble Brigade on her YouTube channel. Most of you already know Beth Spencer and her amazing Introvert Drawing Club, which I recently upgraded my subscription just so I could draw Bigfoot with her and TJ Marsden. It was, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. It was a hoot and a half. I filled out a lot of sketchbook pages. Beth was also at Melissa and my first live drawing session, the Google Meet, where we drew weird things. And wow, what a brave trooper, because I'll tell you, I picked out some super weird references for that one. Like, I was concerned people would be yeeting out of that session due to the absolute, like, weird, bizarre stuff that they were exposed to. Like, wow, what a brave trooper. Honestly, because I picked out some super weird reference photos for that one. They were just beyond bizarre, and I was really nervous that people would just be yeeting out of that Google Meet because they'd be like, what is this? I didn't sign up to be exposed to this. But no, they were so awesome. Everyone was so cool and had a really good sense of humor. Anyway, these are just a few of the people and places that I would encourage you to check out. And those are just off the top of my head, but please leave a comment if you have other favorite art hang kind of places to make art friends. Like, just, you know, comment, leave a list if you want. It could help somebody else that's looking. In conclusion, yes, we're almost at the end, don't worry. I've been drawing with friends for about 1.5 years now as a regular and very important part of my art practice. It has been so life-giving. And if you're craving that connection, all I can say is, please go for it. Don't be like sad and shy past Debbie, sitting staring at her phone, debating whether or not to tap the join button and then regretting not having done it later. I promise you, it'll be fun, it'll be rewarding, and you will definitely be making a lot more art. Now go on, get out there and make some art friends. moment to notice that lighting is everything. This looks like a horror movie. So let's calm those lights down. Okay, so there were some dupes. There were some dupes with the oil pastels. So it was more like 54 colors. There were three, no, there were four, or there's 6. Okay, so I'm gonna say it was more like, I'm gonna guess it was around 52 or 54 colors, because there were a bunch that were the same, but I really like them. I'm gonna apologize for the way that I swatch things when I, you know, when I do it in a organized fashion, just because I swatch like someone with ADHD, because I have it, and I'm just kind of, it's amazing that I just went fully in a row in order, because I would normally, the person that I am, when I first tried these out, I was jumping all over trying, I was like, ooh, I want to try that color, ooh, I want to try that color, instead of just trying them all in a row to see what they look like. But I get why people do that now. So. What are you doing?
You look at that brow.
Okay. Okay, bye Peppa Pig. So, the Sakura solid paint markers, I love them so much. They are just, they're just so dang fun. I can't get enough of them. I have used them a lot lately. So I use them in the opening, the opening of the cover. Well, you know what I mean. Words are hard, okay? I use them, I'm trying to find where else. I use them a little bit the other day with some Neo colors. I thought I did a bunch in here. I did this the other day. There's touches of it in there. Oh wait, yeah, an art hang party, of course. I loved this one. This was the funny animal stills. So I was using Neocolor 2s and the Stabilo whatever that pencil is, the all pencil, I guess. But I ended up going back to those Sakura markers because I love them. They're so fun. I really dig them. Yeah, so the tempera, the little pet tempera paint sticks, which honestly, I remember Melissa was talking about, she got her set of tempera paint sticks at the dollar store for like $5, $6 or something. And honestly, these were probably one of the cheapest tempera paint stick things that I found on Amazon, but I mean, I didn't check out Dollar Tree to see if they have those there, but the point of getting these was to make one of those solid rainbow markers like Melissa had made, because it was so freaking cool looking. I may still do that, but I kind of lost steam, and like sometimes when I want to do something, it's like I gotta do it right then. But if I lose steam and there's time away from when I was gonna do it, then I kind of forget about it, which is exactly what happened. That's actually exactly what happened with, I have a painting where I'm gonna add like disco ball mirrors all along the border, and I have everything I need to finish it. I just haven't done it. That's just who I am. So again, the ADHD, it's just like I'm going in all directions. I'm excited about something, I'm obsessed about something, and then I move on to the next thing. So yeah. I don't know what else I was gonna say about this, but yeah, I am suspicious that this is some kind of a dupe. I'm wondering, does Paul Rubin, does he know about this? Are these official? Were those sent to me on official Paul Rubin's business? I don't know, but they were very creamy. There were a few that got a little bit crumbly, which was disappointing, especially in the greens. A bit crumbly, a bit flaky, and I was surprised by that. So, but the rest were like a really nice creamy lipstick. So I was trying not to go too hard, like press too hard, because I was pressing hard, but at the same time I was like, I'm getting excited by the texture of these, but if I press them down, it's gonna be nothing but a nub by the time I'm done. So I am excited to work with them, and we'll see what happens. I definitely want to do like an underpainting and then get crazy with oil pastels, because I think that's just the most fun way to play with like crayon type stuff. That's the way I'm really into like doing messy mixed media stuff lately. It's just a lot of fun. You just get in there and like really play. What else? Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little swatch test of everything. If you want to check out my Substack and all that. Oh, you know what's irritating? Look at this. The sun has come out now. The sun has come out. Son of a bitch is what I call you. It came out and I had to run inside like a scared little squirrel, because it was about to thunderstorm, and it did for like a half second. There was rumbling, there was a couple raindrops, and then nothing. So am I annoyed that I set up my whole camera, took out all my art supplies, got everything up, like set up outside, only to hear like doop, 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 raindrops falling on not my head, but my umbrella above my head? Yes, I'm very annoyed. So anyway, it happened the way it happened. But okay, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, hanging out. If I see you tonight on the live stream, cool. I'll be so happy to see a familiar face. Okay, yeah, I think that's all for now. Okay, thanks. Subscribe and like and comment and all that kind of stuff. Tell me if my Paul Rubens are dupes and if they should be this oily. It looks like someone sprayed oil spray, like Pam, all over this. I don't need it to be a nonstick skillet. I just want to draw some things. You know what I'm saying? All right, bye.